Jen bought 2 2/5 times as much fabric at the craft store than Maggie did. If Maggie bought 1 1/4 yards of fabric, then how many yards of fabric did Jen buy at the craft store? So, the first thing we want to do is set up the equation that we will be solving. So if we notice, it says Jen bought 2 2/5 times as much fabric at the craft store than Maggie. So we want to remember back to our vocab that times means multiplication. So we have 2 2/5 times as much fabric than Maggie. And we know that Maggie bought 1 1/4 yards, so it would be times 1 1/4. Now, right now we're working with mixed fractions, so we want to change these mixed fractions into improper fractions in order to multiply them together. So let's start with our 2 2/5. We will take our whole number of 2 and multiply it by 5, so we get 10/5 for our whole number, and then we're still including the 2/5, so that gives us 10/5 plus 2/5. We add the numerators, so we have 12, and keep the denominators the same, so we have 12/5. And then if we go over to our 1 1/4, we do the same thing where we multiply the whole number of 1 by the denominator of 4. So we have 4, and you keep that denominator for us, plus the 1/4. And adding the numerators, we have 5, and we keep the denominators the same when you're adding fractions, so 5/4. So now we want to finish this problem by multiplying these two fractions together. And we have 12/5 times 5/4. And when multiplying fractions, you multiply across the top and multiply across the bottom, so we get 60 divided by 20. And if we reduce these fractions, 60 divided by 20 gives us 3. So our answer is D, 3 yards.